So it's finally here. The Six Nations starts tomorrow, and that means fantasy rugby is in full swing. All of the team sheets are out, so go check them out so you know who's actually playing. In this video, I'll go through players that I'm looking at putting in my team for round 1. The players I choose in this video might not be the final team I decide to go with, so just bear that in mind. If you haven't already joined my league, then please use the description down below and come compete against me and some of the viewers. The winner will get a shout out on my channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, the front row. I've gone with a mix here with Genge, Kelleher and Sutherland. Obviously Genge is against Scotland away, and even though Eddie Jones believes Scotland are favourites, I do still think England can win. Genge scored the winning try 2 years ago in a hard fought battle in awful conditions. I expect more of the same, and therefore the hard work of Genge will be there for us all to see. The other prop is Rory Sutherland, who hasn't played a great deal of rugby this season, but is always one of Scotland's tough ball carriers. He also gives me a variation in case of a Scotland win, so I think I'm playing it safe a little here, but nonetheless, I think he's a solid pick. And finally is Ronan Kelleher, who's starting hooker for Ireland, and with their fixture against Wales, they're looking to get a convincing win to set up their title winning hopes. I think the game will probably be physical and one up front due to the dominance of the Irish pack. So for that reasoning, I'm going with Kelleher. In the second row, I've gone with Johnny Gray and Maro Itoje. Again, probably not the most exciting picks, but they're both solid players who will get through a great deal of work tomorrow. I could have gone all in on a particular nation, but I thought to spread out the risk because the England versus Scotland game could go either way, with England having the potential to slip up, and Scotland being in good form as well. The back row sees the inclusion of my first Welsh player, Tyne Basham, along with England captain Tom Curry and Autumn Nations player of the series, Caelan Doris. Now even though I don't hold too much hope for Wales, Basham will carry a hell of a lot in that Welsh pack. I don't see many other Welsh forwards being a huge carry threat, so I think Basham can lead the line. And while Tom Curry, we all know how good he is, especially being captain right now. I'm not sure if it will affect him negatively or positively, but I imagine he'll just be as good as normal, or hoping anyway. But again, I think it will be a physical game, and I think that suits the way Curry plays, so for me, he's an easy pick. And finally, Caelan Doris, who has been immense for Ireland in his recent matches. I just think that Irish pack is on to a winner. So much experience and so much quality, including Doris, so once again, an easy pick. Now for the halfbacks, and as you can see, I'm not messing around here. Dupont is straight in after being announced as captain today, once again. I feel France will want to set the tone for the rest of the tournament against Italy after naming a pretty strong side. So I don't think there will be much let up, and I hope for a bruising for Italy. So sorry Italy. Up next is Marcus Smith in his first Six Nations start. With the loss of Farrell, it means Smith has to take some pressure of controlling the game, which could take away from his natural flair. But I guess I'm hoping for him to turn on the magic at some point, just like his opposite number Finn Russell can do. Smith will also kick very well, for goal and territory, and I don't see too many tries in that game, but obviously, I hope I'm wrong. In the centres, I've gone all in on Irish, in Ringrose and Aki. Like I said, I think that Irish pack will dominate Wales, so there will be plenty of front foot ball for the backs to play with. Aki and Ringrose always seem to have a great partnership, and I expect them to continue this great form in the Six Nations. Obviously, there are other quality options like Fiku and Slade etc, but I've gone all in and trusted the Irish to get a good wing, so fingers crossed. And for the back three, I've gone with Penaud and Jaminet from France, and Van der Merwe from Scotland. Obviously, you can't look past the France back three. Jaminet is likely to kick, it's probably between him and Untitled, but at fullback he offers lots of running metres, especially against a weak Italy side. Also, Penaud is a great finisher and he carries the ball so well. For me, he just pipped Villiers to the position because of his track record, and that's also why he's my captain at the moment. But Villiers might in fact outscore Penaud, we just don't know. There is an option to go all in on the French back three, but for me I wanted Van der Merwe, especially in his performance against England in the last Six Nations. He was a menace and carried the ball so well, running over England defenders. He's been playing in England now for a short while with Worcester, so he's likely to be more familiar with their playing styles. So again, I think he can be destructive and cause England real issues. And finally, my bench is Malvaca, Ellis Jenkins, yes, I know I called him Ellis Genge in the last video, and Thomas Williams. Now, I've had a lot of questions recently over the bench situation. Basically, you have one super sub, in my case Malvaca, and if they come off the bench in real life, they get triple points. So for me, I expect Malvaca to come on and be destructive behind that rolling maul. So hopefully he'll get time and a few tries. And with the other two positions, they get half points. So there's no point in me putting two real life bench players on there, because they will most likely get less points than someone starting. So I've picked two Welsh players in case my prediction goes wrong. But really, I've gone all in on Irish and left out the Welsh, which could come back to bite me. So that's the end of the video. Like I said, this isn't my final team and I may make a few changes here and there. So let me know what you think of it and what you're thinking of doing with your teams. Anyone who hasn't joined the league, then please use the link in the description below and go ahead and join us in the JG Rugby League. I wish you all the best and I'll see you next week for a roundup video.